What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jasmine, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we will be doing a closure sew-in, and we will be doing this style right here that my client, got inspo from off Instagram, I think, or Pinterest, or one of the two. So yes, we will be doing a heavy framed layered look with a 4x4 HD closure that we will be doing in the middle part. So we are starting off with freshly shampooed and blow dried hair, and I'm about to go ahead and get to this braid down. So your braid down is very important for a closure sew-in because you want to make sure that you have an anchor for your closure. So I'm going to start off by making 2 braids at the front on both sides, and yeah, we're basically going to braid from the middle part. I am using some braiding hair just to help beef up the braids so that way, they have some type of security. It's not just her hair holding that lace, it's braiding hair too. And I am using the Peruvian white braiding gel. And I'm gonna tell you, I love this braiding gel. It's the apple cider vinegar one. I think they have like a rosemary and a regular, but the apple cider vinegar, the extra hold, is chef's kiss. It's perfect for braiding. It has a really good grip and hold, and it really helps set the hair into those braids so that the braids actually last. So I use that gel a lot for braiding. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off this base with those 2 braids. So there's one, just at the perimeter of the hairline. I have the second one going down by the ear, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bring the third one down and around to the back. I am making sure to connect the braids beside the ear, so I'm not necessarily doing the pick up method just yet. I'm just, braiding straight across so that way there is no bulge near the ear part. We're just gonna go ahead and connect all those braids. So as you can see, I took the first braid and now I'm just gonna pick up with the second braid and then keep going so that those braids are seamlessly blended into one another and we have a nice and secure base. So I do a lot of teetering back and forth when it comes to my braid pattern. I start on one side, go to the other side and duplicate, and then come back to the other side and duplicate. So it's pretty much just a game of braiding back and forth, but everything is very nice and neat and flat. The key word is flat. So if you're doing a closure sew-in, the best advice I can give you to make sure that this closure is flat is to make sure that you have a decent amount of braids in your client's hair. Especially if the hair is thick, you may have to go smaller than what I did just to make sure that this closure is flat. Because if it's not flat, it's going to be giving hump, and I'm telling you that it's just not the look that you want to be going for. So you're going to need a closure in 3 bundles. I will also say the next step after, making sure that you have a really good braid down is making sure that you have really good lace. Y'all, the lace will make or break your closure sew-in, okay? If you are going to get a closure sew-in or you, the stylist, are doing the closure sew-in, please suggest having HD lace. It is top tier. It is virtually invisible. My client kept saying the entire appointment, wow, this lace is invisible. That's what you want. You want the lace to be invisible. You don't want your client fighting with the lace at the front of their hairline. You just don't want that. It's just a mess of problems when you really don't even have to do all that. Just get the HD lace. I don't even think I like transparent anymore. Just get the HD lace, okay? I do my closure sew-ins with no adhesive. That is very big for me. I do not think that it is easy for a client who doesn't really deal with lace to have to deal with lace glue. So majority of my closure installs I do glueless. You'll see how I sew down the closure to make sure they don't necessarily need any glue. They could use like a light hold adhesive spray such as the Even lace adhesive spray in either the black, the red, or the yellow. I like the black because it is the strong hold, but it's not too much. You can use Got2b glue. You can use, all these different holding sprays that are out there. Some people even like to use gel. But I would say doing your closure glueless is probably the best way to go. It's the least maintenance. It's easy, and you don't have to really maintain, your lace with it actually having lace glue on it. That's a whole nother level of maintenance, a whole nother level of care. If you are not familiar with lace glue, I would suggest doing a glueless closure. So yeah, just stay tuned to this video. I was super excited to drop this for y'all. I actually just did this style this week, so pressed. Very, very pressed to get this video out. So you all can, you know, have a good guide on what it looks like to get a closure sew-in or to do a closure sew-in. I feel like I have really worked on my craft when it comes to this style. I used to be, let's be honest, I used to be horrible, okay, with the closure sew-ins, but I have really upped my game and I have really worked on it and perfected it, and I would like to share, you know, just some tips for you all. So this is my braid down. Just make sure everything's braided down nice and flat. I am going to go ahead and put a net on top of that, and then we'll get to start, you know, to start sewing down this closure in 3 bundles. I did use a closure in, I want to say I used all 3 bundles. I can't remember, but I think that I used all 3 bundles. This hair I did provide. It is from my Brazilian collection. I do sell Brazilian and Vietnamese hair. This is from the Brazilian collection. Again, this is a 4x4 HD closure that we are sewing down. Please subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, so you can join the Pretty Lounge family. We drop videos every Sunday at noon on the Pretty Lounge channel, so you can see what's popping at the Pretty Lounge. And if you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know, you know, what videos you'd like to see, what styles you'd like to see. I have a sewing in right now, but when I take this out, I'm gonna get back to making tutorials, because I know I like doing my hair. But yeah, welcome to the Pretty Lounge. If this is your first video here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I will hop back in here, you know, just if I need to point anything major out, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Get you an HD lace closure. Make sure your braid down is flat. Oil your client's scalp. Have needles on standby. I probably threaded maybe like 10 to 15 needles before we started sewing. That way I don't have to stop and rethread needles. So, you know, go ahead and thread a bunch of needles, so that way you're ready to sew. HD closure. And here I am sewing this closure down. So let me be quiet so y'all can pay attention. You could definitely do this. Perfect your craft, okay? Perfect your craft. And if this is your first time, you know, going to get a closure sew-in, make sure you tell your stylist to do it glueless. All right, y'all. Catch y'all again next Sunday. Thank y'all for tuning in.